Hi, Dr. Joyner. Thanks for providing me with the opportunity to address my progress thus far in this course. I appreciate you allowing us to reflect on our work and share it with you. That being said, I'll go ahead and get started on the topics to address. I've done several things this semester to help me learn in this course. A few weeks prior to the start of the course, I did purchase the recommended textbook and read a few chapters in it to get a sense of what the course content would be like and what we would be learning. I found it very interesting and it made me feel more prepared for the course material. I've also put a lot of time and thinking into my course project to fully understand the process of a quality improvement project, which I know is going to prove very useful in my career in the food industry. Furthermore, I've kept in contact with several students in the course, both within and outside of my assigned group, to ask for assistance or discuss approaches to assignments. I'm definitely struggling with differentiating some quality improvement programs and various quality tools since understanding these topics takes application. For instance, when I read about Kaizen, lean manufacturing, etc., they all sounded the same to me at first, and it wasn't until I saw an example of them that I finally understood what the real differences between them were. I feel the same way about some of the quality tools that we've learned about. They make sense in my head, but applying them to a quality issue is different. It does require a deeper level of understanding to make sure that you're using them correctly. And I think that my project is going really well. As I dive further into it, I understand how the way you define your quality issue makes a huge impact on the rest of the phases as you work through Six Sigma. So I often find myself slightly rewording my problem statement because of this, so I can better provide measurements that support that quality issue and how to improve it. I also feel that Six Sigma approach to my quality issue makes solving it a lot easier. You often find variables and causes through measurement analysis that you don't find by simply thinking about the issue. Furthermore, my project has admittedly been pretty easy since it's a simple and quantitative measure I'm taking daily, which is sugar intake in my case, that I'm hoping to lower and regulate over time. To be honest, my group hasn't really helped me learn that much. We usually just message each other on the weekends to discuss upcoming due assignments that we need to work on together. These conversations usually just entail dividing the work amongst each other and answering questions regarding the assignment for each other if any of us have those questions. I often feel that I answer many of the questions for the group and kind of get started on organizing the workload for each person. But this leadership role has helped me learn the material better and gain a sense of management in group settings. Unfortunately, we don't utilize each other much for individual assignments, ones that don't require the input of each other, and I think it's because we don't know each other very well. If we all asked for help from one another, even if it's for something as simple as a proofread for a response, I think we would go a long way in enhancing each other's learning in this course. And I feel that my midterm grade, which is B, does not provide a full reflection of what I've learned in this course. I'm really disappointed in how my first exam went, to be honest. I felt really confident with the material and worked hard on the exam, but I ended up with a very poor score the first time around. This was due to the multiple choice responses. I scored almost all the points on the long answer questions, so it was frustrating to fail the exam on the first grading just because I would second guess myself on a multiple choice question or not be sure if there was more than one correct answer per question. To be honest, the long answer questions provided me the ability to really reflect and show my learning in this class a lot better than the multiple choice questions did, and I wish they accounted for more of the grade in the exam. Besides the exam, I seem to be doing alright on the other assignments. It almost seems like each week I work and study harder in this class than the previous week, but the grading also gets more difficult each week, which I do appreciate, but it definitely keeps me on my toes. I'm seeing a lot of lower grades on assignments that I spend hours working on, which can be frustrating since I'm not always sure what I need to improve on. I would have loved an A in this course, but with how busy I am this semester, I'm not sure if that's still realistic for me, and I'll be able to commit that time necessary to earn an A in this class, but I will be trying my hardest to earn an A, and just be able to learn the material as best as I can, since I do understand how important this course is going to be in the future for me. So in order to improve my learning and understanding in this course for the rest of the semester, I want to begin making a weekly schedule for working on this course so the workload doesn't pile up on the weekends. I'd like to start watching lectures and taking notes during the weekdays, so by the time the weekend comes around, I'll be better prepared to begin the assignments and put more effort into them, where I'm not having to cram the lectures in, taking notes, things like that, right before I begin those assignments when the due date is simply hours ahead. With that, I also want to use you, Dr. Joyner, as a resource more often, since I don't always understand why I receive certain grades on certain assignments or what I ended up not getting correctly. And so by talking to you more often, I feel that I'll be able to gauge where I went off track and stay on track with the course material and be able to put that into those assignments that we do. And the advice that you gave me on my project in your office a few weeks ago was very useful, and I'd like to receive that kind of assistance more often to make sure I truly understand my project and the material and what's going on. So I've already been told in an interview with a recruiter for an internship how much I need to value this course. I know that it will definitely be very helpful in a job or an internship that I'll be doing, in which I might be a management or quality assurance person, and I'll be in that role of QA and quality. And I've actually thought about working my way up in Six Sigma or just gaining a higher belt level after college to enhance my resume and understanding of quality because of this course. I believe that I will be using this content to help solve problems in my everyday life now that I know how to conceptualize quality. So thanks again for letting us talk to you about our midterm status, and I'll definitely be in touch with you here over the rest of the semester. Thank you.